Okay, looks like I'm live. I'll stop up here to look at the messages. Anyways, this is my channel for motorcycle content, Chasing Ghosts. I am Tara Smith, and I haven't went live in a while. And for those who may be new or what have you, I tend to go live randomly. Like whenever I get off work, I don't have a set time. It's just like when the job is done sort of thing. And up here not too far, I'm probably going to lose my signal for a couple minutes. It just happens. That's just the way it is. When I see it, the internet signal is better than it was. In July, it got messed up pretty good with the hurricane. So I guess we can check it out now. Why is this digging into me? I got a gate clicker in my pocket. I need to start wearing my vest again, but I gotta take a patch off of it because my chapter closed and it's got Kingwood over the top of it. Still national member. Oh well. At least we got a beautiful sunset. So how are all of you doing? I hope the day finds you well. The evening, the whatever. I'm not in a huge hurry. I'm just tired from a day of work. Starting to get things together. And like I said, I get up here around these curves. It's going to start cutting out, at least up until I get to the bigger road. I know when I get to the US highway it'll be good. I don't know about when I get to the stop sign, if it is before then. It's been a little while going this way since I went live. But anyways, I'll try to pull in the gas station up here and look at the chat. Try not to look at it. It's very tempting while I'm riding. So I'll try to stop up here and look at it. And I'll be stopping at the end where I'm going to actually get my stuff. So there'll be 2 gas station stops. And starting to get my stuff ready for the trip to go to Forgotten Angels. I need to take another look at my tires. I think I should be good, but there's like this deceptiveness in the tires where you see all that tread but not the bottom. I mean, this is curves in Texas, what I'm going through right now. And yeah, it's not like I'm, you know, laying it down like on a track. I've got wear up the side of my tire, you know. But just being where I live, at this part, we've got windy, twisty roads in Texas, but I live down in the swamp in southeast Texas, and that was a big grasshopper. This right here is about what we got, and it's off the ground. Like that right there. You don't want to go sliding through there. Maybe on a dirt bike, not on this thing. This is the part it should start skipping out just ahead of me here. I need to take a good look at the tires on my lowrider. Still, because it's gonna be a 2,000. It's 1,000 miles there and 1,000 miles back. I think my tires will be good. I know the tire set up. I don't think I want to ride that far on this seat. I've still got the stock seat on this bike, and while the stock seat is that sort of thing on this seat, it's comfortable, but it's not that kind of comfortable. And I son who's not wanting to talk to me right now because he got mad because him and Amy got in an argument, but I had a tent. Me and him were going to go camping, and it's over at his house. I need to kind of gather that stuff up and probably like practice loading my bike. Number one, put the tent up and make sure I got everything for it. That'd be the number one thing for the tent. But then also make sure I have everything that I need for, you know, the trip. And you have a tendency to overpack. Hopefully traveling for a living will help me out with that. But I mean, there's stuff that I would like to take that I'm not going to be able to take on a bike. Like, I've got a Coleman dual fuel and, you know, stuff like that. That would be hard to take. So I need to figure out some options for food, so I can't just sit there and eat shit food. I know they serve some food too, but like if I want to grill a steak or something like that while I'm there, or cook a pot of something. I have a cooking channel too. I mean, I could cook one of my dishes. Or if one of you is bringing a the spinning wheel of death. There it is. But anyway, if one of y'all is bringing some cooking utensils, let me know, and I could probably cook something. Like just a big family-sized pot and some kind of burner, and I could make some kind of soup or something. It's like you. I don't know. I can make garlic soup. I can make goulash. I can make all kinds of stuff. And my butt is warm. Where am I? I put my legs up and it did that. Like what? With fire. My truck caught fire. Had a brake dragging on it. One of the cans went out. It better. That's just the heat from the motor. I had to reach my arms through flames to pull a fifth wheel. So, leery. But anyways, it's like on a bike, especially that, be able to bring, you know, yeah, I've got Coleman dual fuel. I'm prepared. You know, even if we lose our gas at the house, like people were losing it when we had a big freeze down here, because of gas. Well, fuel. You know, pretty much anything make that. That's not a problem. And I'm like, is there something wrong? Also, I didn't wash my bike after doing the oil change. So it's like, I was riding it to work this morning. It's like, oh, that's oil. It is what it is. I think there's one more. But go ahead and pack the bike up. Take a look at what I have. Yeah, I don't need to bring that much clothes. And I have a habit of, like, I go on a trip and I bring clothes. I'll like over stuff and I won't wear things that are in there, and that is what it is. Try not to do stuff like that. I need a pair of clothes. I'll be at a camp out. You know, means I should be good. A few shirts. If I'm wearing the same shirt the next day, I don't think any of y'all are going to be complaining about it. Like, didn't you wear that yesterday? I don't think that's going to be an issue. So the other thing is, a lot of us are traveling by motorcycle. I know some people are going to tow their bikes and all that good stuff. And I had that thought. But kind of like the name of my channel, Chasing Ghosts sort of thing. My father made a trip all the way across the country, you know. Like a lot of people did. They went from the East Coast to the West Coast, that sort of thing. When he got back from Vietnam, and see, that is neutral. I let go, it's not going to go flying. Oh, cool, cool, cool. It's not going flying. But he went to California, then he went back through Texas and ended up back on the East Coast, that whole journey, you know, back then. And I've never made a trip that long before. I've made, you know, trips, you know, like 500, 600 miles, stuff like that. Well, I drive more than that. I drive 700 miles a day usually, but it's in an 18-wheeler. That's a whole different story. I've been everywhere there. And you can carry a lot more stuff in a truck. Okay, let me put this all messages. We have the Tourette's trucker. If you're still out there, we have something in common. For those of you that don't know, when it sounds like I'm hiccuping or something like that, I actually do have Tourette's syndrome. So that is what it is. Yeah, puberty was fun. Writing on Ruby. How are you doing? Says, y'all people need to hit the like button. Yes, you do. Thank you. Dave's channel. Hello, Dave. I watched your chat this morning when I was getting ready for work. Okay, the trucker left. He's pretty cool. Check him out. Sterling Wheel. He wears shirts too. Yeah, there's Dave, there's Sterling Wheel again. Heading to bed. Hope everything is good, doing well. Then more. There's Ruby. There's Dave's channel again. Okay, I'm going to check the chat again at my next stopping point, which will be the last one. And I noticed some of y'all kind of doing the same thing that I'm doing. And I know the temptation is great for wanting to read the chat while you're writing because I want to read it and I want to look down there and I try not to. But I think that's just not good. Try to look, especially the older you get. I need new glasses. I have a hard time seeing up close with my glasses on. I have to take them off or look over, that sort of thing. I need the prescription in my glasses where I don't have a prescription in the bottom and I have a prescription in the top. That is what I need. The warranty on my body ran out probably sometime after I passed the age of about 45. Somewhere. Hey, Frogzilla, what's up? See, I'm reading the chat. And I need to pay attention to this. Like, see, they're turning. So I can go. And I really need to haul ass when the road's dirty. It'd be nice when they ever fix that intersection. Must have been a train. What was the conversation? Yeah, I need to go ahead and check the tent out. I really need a room, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to afford it because I've got, y'all are truckers too, you know the whole thing with the CPAP machine and our federal government and all that good stuff. So yes, I have a CPAP machine and I need to power that. But if I can't, I need to use a tent. So I need to set the tent up, make sure everything's there, make sure I can pack it, and just kind of like go down the list, put it on the bike, see if that's going to work. I might even ride to work and back once or twice with it and see what I think about it, you know? Holy shit, motherfucker. I hope they weren't swerving at me. I hope it's a case of put the phone down. Oh well. But anyways, I might ride to work and back a time or two. I don't know how that looked on the camera. The camera usually makes things look way further than they are. Those of you that film know exactly what I'm talking about. But yeah, go ahead. I need to go over everything. I might take some pictures of my tires and post them. I think they'll be all right. And I'm wondering, I know I've been there since the big hurricane a few years ago. God, that was a decade ago. That's a while. And it's just a weird thought. Is there still grading that I need to go around, or is it okay on a bike? Kind of thing. If any of y'all live out that direction or have took I-10 recently going out through there, am I gonna have to worry about that? And of course we just had another hurricane, because just like here, they are on the Gulf Coast and we have hurricanes. It's just what we do. We have hurricanes. Stuff gets knocked out. I know there's bridges and roads from the flooding, like up in the Carolinas and Georgia and all that. There's a few they were showing. on the internet. We're gonna see how this light does that I put back there. The lens was already melting. I think I can smell it. I don't know. I smell something. But I've been around chemicals all day. I've been unloading sludge boxes. And I've got 2 trash boxes to do tomorrow. At least they don't have their brights on behind me. I'm not going to go that fast. I got to turn right up here. Speeding as it is. So there's still enough light that hopefully y'all can actually see. My camera may be at a bit of a different angle because I just redid my chin mount. And a problem that I had with that when I went to put the little thing that clips in it on, because I've heated it up so many times, I believe chin mount said somewhere around 96 degrees is what their adhesive is good to. And it gets in the hundreds down here. So it'll start letting go, then you got to stick it back on, that sort of thing. And I've heated it up enough times that I think I'm starting to warp that little chin mount. So I need to order another one. And I was having to spread out the chin mount thing to slide the GoPro mount into it. It wasn't wanting to go. So that might be next on the list somewhere. That's not too expensive. Of course, Chin Mount isn't the only ones making chin mounts now. But I actually do use Chin Mount brand. And having the camera mounted on the top of your helmet. I've seen people do that. I mean, if that works for you, it works for you. I'd like to say I'm not knocking it. I kind of am. But, you know, do you? That just reminds me of like a Teletubby. Little thing on top of the helmet. And the side mounts, I get it. I've watched a lot of people that have side mounts or had them. I think most of them are going chin mount for several reasons. And a lot of it has to do with the wind. You know, the best place to have your GoPro, if it's going to be on your helmet, is pretty much your chin. As far as mounting and everything. You don't want something sticking out the side with the wind catching it. But, you know, there weren't as good of options until recently, too. So, you know, people did what they could do. And the road's rough. Bouncy, bouncy. How to get your attention. I swear you need an ADV bike for some parts of this road. But the chin, I mean, it's an Insta360 seems to do best like from behind, you know, the back tire kind of thing off there. And having one mounted on the handlebars like another GoPro does good too, because then you can do like the commentary talking to it. And my other bike has a mount there. I just have one GoPro. And I haven't had the money to get more than one GoPro. So that's what I have. And if you're wondering from the oil change that I did on this bike a couple weekends ago, if you notice, like, I can still hear it a little bit, you know, the shifting the gears, that sort of thing. There is neutral. Where have we found neutral at today, class? On this episode of Finding Neutral. But anyways, the shifting is way quieter with the gear oil that Harley is selling now. So both my bikes have the gear oil. It's like 140/80, 140 W80 or whatever. You might reverse that. You know what I mean. Next time you're at Harley, if you have a Harley, take a look. Because I was wanting something better than their Sin 3 to put in it. And it seems to be working pretty good. I like it. Yeah, this bike I have to look down to see my speedometer. The other bike, I like the gauge on my other bike. That little gauge on the handlebars, that should have been somehow put on this bike. I mean, this is kind of, they're going for more, you know, a little bit retro, a little apocalyptic, little muscle bike kind of thing. But I think that would have worked great. I think what they replaced this one with, I can't remember the name of it, actually has that gauge on it. Like it's on my, whatchamacallit, my lowrider. Just that little gauge, like right there. You just glance down. If you want to wear if you're not wearing a full face helmet, don't matter. There's just that piece in front of your mouth. Or at least, for me, it blocks it. Maybe if I were shorter, I don't know. I'm a weird height. Well, it's not weird. It's just, it's like the height when things start becoming annoying. You know, like right at 6 foot. That's where clothes get interesting. That's where fitment of anything gets interesting. You know. So, it's like you can be this tall, you can be this big. You can't be both. Apparently, if you're this tall, you're supposed to look like fucking olive oil. I do not look like that. I look like the frickin' East German or the Russian power lifters from the 80s, about 30 years out of their prime. I don't know if y'all can see that sky. It's pretty. Can you see my feet out there on the pegs? I hadn't been riding the bike in a while. I was trying to feel them. I'm still so used to going up there on the mustache bars. But I've got, you know, different places to put my feet. I can put my feet back on the passenger pegs. I can put them up on the mustache bars. I can put them on the highway pegs. I can put my heel on the floorboards, my toes on the highway pegs. I can put my feet on the floorboards. It's just shifting. You've got to have your foot on the floorboard. But I've got pegs. I'm all starfished out. It's comfortable. Especially I got a bag behind me. So I can kind of lean back on a little. If I raise the bars up, like right here, which I've thought about doing if I end up keeping this bike, is like putting T-bars on it. You know, put that, yeah, part of me wants to put that Memphis Shades fairing on it, and then part of me don't, you know, because so many people have put that Memphis Shades fairing on it. It's like, I don't want it to look like everybody else's. And in the summertime, having a bike without a windshield down here, because the heat is more of a problem for us, isn't so bad. If you're not going on a long trip or anything like that, you know, no windshield's pretty good. If you're going on a trip, it wears you out. Like even going to my sister's house, and she's like, what, 600 miles away? You know, I'm thankful for that windshield on the lowrider. Because you're fighting it, you know? Don't know if anyone's still watching. I have no idea. But for those that don't know, I have the whole halocal squirrel disease. Usually say the AD with the HD, the high definition attention deficit disorder. So sometimes tennis balls are thrown and I don't usually stay on a topic very long. And I think the signal is going to cut out around these curves right up here. Pretty sure it will. But it won't be too long. I'll be at a gas station and I'll be looking at the chat, so bear with me. And here is the middle school and the high school that both of my boys went to. With the violent music and everything, and the thug lifestyle and the prison pipeline. Kind of makes sense when you think about it. Kinda. I mean, I don't know if it's real, but there's so much screwed up stuff, you know? And it's like, you know, Alex Jones is plumb loony. But then again, look how many things he was right about. And it's like, I don't know. I mean, I know it's a character he plays like anything else, but is it like, do you have to be that way and have some weird stuff out there with the real stuff in there to keep someone from Epsteining you? You know? I don't know. It's a possibility. Yeah, our government kills people. I think they sit down every new president. And you know, there was that lady, they were looking for the footage because she had the view that would have been like the grassy knoll and everything like that. And she's in everybody else's footage. And they were looking for that lady and her footage. I think the government found it and didn't tell anybody about it. And, you know, the Kennedy assassination, I think when a new president gets in there, Democrat or Republican or whatever, you know, they're going on about what they're going to do and all the changes they're going to make. And they're like, that's nice, Mr. President. We got something we need to show you. And they sit them down and they play the video for them from a view that nobody else has seen before. And then they just say back and to the left. Any questions, Mr. President? At that point, Mr. President, or who knows, may eventually be Mrs. President, they're like, none at all. And then the people who really run the country keep control of the country. And we keep illusion of choice. But that's just my opinion. What do I know? Back and to the left. Or was it to the right? I'm going to say to the left. It sounds better. And by the way, I've shot a Carcano And they try to make it like you couldn't make that shot. Yes, you could. If the barrel's not shot out, you can make that shot. It's not as difficult as they make it out to be. If you have any proficiency with a rifle. It's a moving target. Have you ever went hunting? You know, it's not an easy shot, but it's not as hard as they made it out to be. And the rifle's not as bad. I mean, I wouldn't choose it, but other than for historical, because I collect milsurps. But it's not as bad as people make it out to be. Unless you shoot one that's got the barrel all shot out of it, then it ain't gonna hit shit. You know, it'll be like that Spanish Mauser that you can't hit a target at 100 yards with because it just can't shoot no more. There's not enough threads in the barrel. That's called a wall hanger. I got a Spanish Mauser that shoots really, really good. Kind of is what it is. I can get off on conspiracies sometimes. Not really conspiracies, but like some of the stuff the government's admitted to, and they're like, sorry, we did that, but it's long enough ago. What are you going to do about it? You know? Anyways, get some fuel. Where's my fuel at? I'm good. I'll probably get it in the morning though. My check goes in my account tonight. Be safe. 2-4. Buck Brown's out there. How you doing, Buck? It's worse around there than the news is showing. Yeah, the same around here. They just now started getting trash and stuff, debris from the hurricane. We've still got neighborhoods out here, and that thing hit us in July. Dave is waking up. You're on the other side of the world. Who am I missing? Am I missing anyone? There's Ruby. There's Will Burner. Let me see. Picked up in Battle Creek. Yeah, they got me running some local boxes. And who knows? They might send me out of town. I do both. I'll be local for a while, then I'm over the road for a while. It's whatever is running. And when I'm local, I get to ride my bike, so I don't mind it. Here, Northeast. 2-4 if I didn't say hi. Hello. You can't access your property safely. I understand that. You just have to get in there doing relief. Oh, also, I'm hearing reports of people's trucks getting their tires slashed. People going to do aid in Georgia and the Carolinas and what have you, and Tennessee and all that. And I don't know who's doing it. I hope someone's full of shit, because they just stopped that guy that was on I-30 that was slashing people's tires. So if you're going that way, you're in a truck, please be careful. Why is there a fly in my face? The illusion, same in Australia. Puppet master pulling the strings. I think the illusion is like that everywhere. Yeah, I've heard that too. And then government not wanting people to help. I've heard of government shutting down people coming out there to volunteer and help, and saying you can't do that, only the government can do it, kind of thing. And yeah. I have this dream that one day both sides will look at each other and figure out that we agree on 90% of shit. 85, 90, and we're not each other's enemy, but we've got the same enemy, and we could stand together and actually change something, but I don't see that happening anytime soon. Both the state media and the controlled opposition, they do a pretty good job. They're good at what they do. And if you didn't get that, CNN, MSNBC, Fox News, all of them, they're good at what they do. Just like the way they did in Ohio. Yeah, a lot of that stuff from Ohio came down here because a lot of chemicals like that, they're going to go down to U.S. Ecology in Robstown, especially things that are high FOS, stuff like that. And they're going to process it there. I go to Robstown a lot. Yeah, well, Buck, you keep us all updated. And if you got any kind of signal, you know my number. You can shoot me a message. And we'll all hope the best for you. I've had that drive. Where you're out on the road and a storm hits at home. A lot of y'all are truck drivers, so y'all get what I'm saying, and you come home, and a lot of times I would be coming home with relief aid. Like when I pulled a reefer, I'd have a reefer full of like ice, or even drive in, I would have like MREs, stuff like that, and I'm bringing aid, and I still haven't checked my house out. We're so fortunate that we have what signal that we have, because it wasn't that long ago, without a hurricane traveling the country, signal wasn't that great, depending on your carrier and where you are at. And we're just very fortunate that we have what we have as far as communication goes. And you really didn't know, and you had down power lines and trees and everything else, and you're just trying to get home and check your property out and find your family and that sort of thing. So I've had that ride, and I'm sure other people in this chat have had that ride. Even if someone sends you pictures and you've got a hold of someone and they tell you, hey, it's fine, but your fence is down, or there's this or that or whatever, it's still something different until you see it in person. You lay your own eyes on it. So I wish you luck, but I'm gonna have to go in here, and I gotta grab a couple of things. I missed out on coffee this morning, and I'm not good without coffee. It's really for the safety of everyone. I have to have my morning coffee. But I'm going to let y'all go. So I will catch y'all later. Thank you for joining the live. And hopefully the signal was decent. I might post a copy of it without any breakup. I'll listen to the whole thing and see how bad it was. But I will catch y'all later, because I need to go home. I need to get coffee, and I need to go home, and I need to get a shower, because I've been emptying sludge boxes all day. And oh yeah, my arm. I don't know if that shows up. But I'll catch you later. So adios, vaya con Dios, sayonara, nashla, ciao. I'll catch you later. Deuces, yo.